I remember a long time ago, Hide, you mentioned a 5-year timeline for like the Akia.
Now I feel like it's gonna be maybe 3 years.
3 years, yeah. And this was last year you mentioned that.
Yeah.
And now you're revising it to 3.
Optimistically, maybe 5 years.
What's the real dagger why you think that it's going to end? Is it going to just become financially too difficult or restrictions too what will be the cause of the end?
Both. Of course, restriction makes financing more difficult, of course, right? The immigration policy makes some make some kind of impact on this Akia business, of course. This Akia issue is a social issue for the Japanese society. So there must be the way to find, to solve this issue and connecting to the Akia business.
Welcome back to the Buying a House in Japan podcast. Today we are recording live from Tama Base Camp. We have a return guest. This guest has been held up at gunpoint in New York City. He has saved a failing coffee chain business and turned it around, and he is one of our AkiyaMart direct exclusive agents. Hide, welcome to the show again. We're really happy to be recording this today.
Thank you for having me again. And it's really a pleasure to meet you guys again at your Tama Base Camp.
Yeah,
this is a really amazing place.
We're making the recording studio. You're our second guest here, so thank you for coming by.
Such an honor. Thank you.
Yeah. Did I get that right? So you were held up at gunpoint in New York City? Was that New York City or San Francisco? I was like, which city was it?
Okay, gunpoint at New York City.
Okay.
And I almost stabbed by the knife is at San Francisco.
Okay. I wasn't sure which one was the knife, which one was the
knife
gun.
At San Francisco.
This was in the 90s, right?
Yeah, it's late 80 to 90.
Okay.
Yeah.
Safer now, I hope.
Safer now, I think.
Yeah. I think so.
For people who don't know you, do you mind giving us a quick reintroduction of yourself?
Okay. I'm a licensed realtor, but I got this license just 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And past 35 years, I've been in the renting real estate business. Mm-hmm. And also I've been in the investor for the many kind of the business.
Wanted to say congratulations to Ron Schroeder, who is Hide's star agent. He has recently had a baby girl, right?
Yes, so amazing. He has now long become the daddy.
Okay.
Daddy of a beautiful,
Ron.
A beautiful baby girl.
We're sorry Ron is not here today, but Ron's offer still stands. If you name your kid's middle name AkiyaMart, we'll pay you $10,000. That's the current offer on the table. But anyways, let's get into it. There's a ton of topics we can talk about here. Let's just go. What are you interested in talking about, Hide? What's on your mind right now?
Oh, there's so many things, but we need to start with Akia business.
Okay,
first.
Akia business. What's been happening in the space? You've been helping customers for the past 2 years, a year and a half or so. Mm-hmm. We've sent you some awesome customers. They've all said great things.
Yes.
What's the climate like?
Still, the Akia business is very hot in Japan in many reasons because still the Japanese yen is so weak. And
153.
153, and it's gonna be 160 maybe.
Really?
I'm not sure.
Okay, let's talk about that.
But anyway, it's really good for the buyers, to pick up the house right now, and also the registration restriction for buying the Akia, especially for the non-Japanese, getting stricter maybe in the future. So it's really a good time, or maybe the very end of the time to buy a house so easy, I think.
Political headwinds.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
So you're saying it might be difficult for people to buy Akiyas because they need to register with the city or something? Or can you explain that?
I'm not really sure, but there must be some kind of the maybe guarantee about somebody have to support when the buyer purchased a house, and somebody need to not be there. Somebody
some Japanese representative.
staying in Japan, and they can contact directly to the seller. But buyer.
So no more kind of outright, or this is nothing set in stone. It's just kind of being discussed online right now. But no more outright ownership of a property as a foreigner in Japan without some sort of Japanese national permanent resident guarantor. Potentially.
Potentially. But I know some issues about no Japanese buying the house. Is one is many of them doesn't have the tax representative because under the law, when non-Japanese buy the house, they don't need to prepare the tax representative at that time, at that point. So I often, call from the Hideo, our judicial scrivener, saying, could you appoint the tax representative for this client?
Okay.
That kind of thing.
I didn't know
happen.
I didn't know it. I thought it was at like settlement time. You had to specify that. Oh, it's like the.
Actually, not.
Okay. Quick plug. We have a new program called AkiyaMart Care where we do support tax representation and utility. So, hopefully we have at least a solution for the meantime.
Let's jump right into it, Hide. So, a few other restrictions, I think, for foreigners purchasing property in Japan might get discussed, might happen. I think a lot of this, from what I've read online, comes from people pointing at increasing condo prices in Tokyo. They're saying prices in Tokyo are going up. Japanese people living in Tokyo can't afford it, and so now they're trying to, and they're pointing the finger at, one of the main ones they point the finger at is Chinese nationals buying luxury condos in Tokyo, driving up the prices. I find it a little bit disappointing that I think Tokyo, likely prices are rising. That's probably very true. But in the rest of the country, outside of the top 5 main cities, that's not the case. And to clamp down on property ownership or purchasing in the rest of the country that isn't affected by, rising condo prices, I find that a little bit disappointing. Do you think that this is just a Tokyo problem, or do you think the problem is bigger?
I think your analysis is pretty correct.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And only in Tokyo, the price of the property, and especially the luxury properties, the price is getting skyrocketed because of the mainly Chinese investor who are expecting the appreciation of the property in the future. But rest of the world, in Japan, we cannot expect such a high rise of the property price in near future, I think. But some cities like in Kyushu, maybe especially in Fukuoka area, the price of the property getting high.
Okay.
Actually, yeah.
Fukuoka.
Yeah.
I like Fukuoka a lot. Do you expect that you know likely much more about Japanese politics than I do? Do you expect that the government will understand that and act appropriately and solve a Tokyo problem only in Tokyo, or do you think Japanese government is very likely to have blanket solutions to problems?
Okay, they are politicians. They need to be elected by this time. But in the future, I don't think they really, think about a certain direction for their policy about how the real estate market should be.
They're reactionary. Whatever's happening right now, I need to make sure I get the votes for the next election cycle.
Right, exactly.
That's all. Okay, yeah. I also think that foreign immigrants are an easy punching bag politically. Like, all right, there's a problem in the housing market. Let's point the finger at foreigners, do something about that, and get the votes.
Yes. Some people really believe in that way gonna work, especially, bashing the not good behavior foreigners. But I think most people, especially the business people, doesn't think in that way. But I think if the people, the Japanese nationals who doesn't have any relationship, non-Japanese people, will think something goes wrong in our society, might be caused by the non-Japanese sometimes. yeah. There are so many bad news about the course of the act that brings by the foreigners.
It's an interesting time. I mean, tough time to be a foreigner, right? With the business manager visa reforms, I just saw some new stuff. They make it they make it so difficult now for people to want good people actually that want to come here and make a business. It's almost like it's impossible. Not impossible, but very, very difficult.
It's interesting that the business manager visa stuff, for people that are not aware, they changed a bunch of rules on this one immigration visa in Japan and made it much more difficult, much more expensive. It's interesting that that's tied in with Minpaku. And again, Chinese investors, kind of like the two sort, like the real estate world, the Japanese immigration world, like and kind of clamping down on the strictness. It's connected. It feels like they're all different manifestations of the underlying, I don't want to say foreigner problem, but like when people are pointing to an easy
immigration
scapegoat. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And immigration problem is highly related to the real estate market, I think. And also the business manager's visa, the status for the business manager visa is getting stricter and stricter. But just doing the business in Japan, not thinking about visa status, it's not going to be so hard, I think. Yeah, because, if you just want to start a business and you don't need to stay in Japan, you just buy the business. Let somebody, manage the business.
Yeah, I think that's actually something I didn't think about. It will encourage more people to buy a business and hire someone in Japan to run it.
But your goal is to getting a long-term visa in Japan. It's getting stricter and stricter. It's getting harder, actually.
Yeah, to unpack those two from each other, buying and running a business in Japan, that hasn't really changed. As you mentioned, you can still buy a business and hire someone else to manage it. But if you wanted to tie that to some sort of immigration visa, that has become more difficult now.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What do you think? You mentioned it. One of the first things you said earlier today was that the window might be closing on this Akia kind of phase.
Urgent.
Could you elaborate on that? On your,
of course, you should worry about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but not right now, especially in the rural area. I don't think there are gonna be some kind of restrictions over the purchasing the property by the non-Japanese, but still, the politicians think about out there, we should have some kind of restriction over the purchase of the abandoned house or the Akia by the foreigners. But it depends on the situation. Okay, if the rural area really have issues, population is declining. And young generation never interested in staying there. Of course, the society needs some kind of solution. So I think if the non-Japanese are gonna be a key factor for that society, and that brings a benefit to their society, I think there should be no restrictions, of course. So I think it depends on the situation. Okay, if you want to buy the property in maybe a very rural area, and you open some kind of cafe, and there used to be no cafe in that area, and society welcome your cafe. Of course, they will welcome you be there.
Yeah.
Provide value, and people will appreciate it.
It's a tough problem, right? And I think we it's a recurring theme. Yesterday we went out and into the bars and we talked to my friends, and everyone's like, yeah, declining population, people are getting older, and like we're always like, is there a solution? I feel like the problem is has just gotten worse over the past 2 years, of where a lot of these towns, we're going to Shikoku, we're going to see a lot of it just like, what's the city going to look like 10 years from now? And there's no, I don't know, if they tighten on immigration, it's harder for, foreigners to come in. Japanese population is not increasing. I don't know. Is there a solution?
It's a really tough question, and if it's easy to to find that kind of solution, I gotta be elected for the prime minister. But but one solution is for the local government to promote the business actually.
Yeah.
So if they they set up some kind of the special districts. Like a local government can give you some kind of subsidies to promote the business by non-Japanese. It's gonna be a really popular place for some time.
It's interesting. Osaka just pulled back the special Minpaku, right?
Yes, right.
Okay. And Hideo, you just went to a conference, Minpaku or Airbnb short-term rental conference in Nagoya. Tell us about it. What did you learn?
Oh, actually, I've never managed the Minpaku by myself. So actually, the Minpaku Fest is provided by the Airbnb, official Airbnb.
That was an Airbnb
company.
event.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
And 400 people attended that Minpaku Fest. And so many Minpaku owner and some people who want to start a Minpaku business come to that space from all across Japan. But kind of surprised that I see non-Japanese.
You didn't see any?
I didn't see
all Japanese people.
All Japanese, and all the explanation, is in Japanese.
Okay, so if we went, we would just be like,
but they are so excited about this business, and but after the some kind of conference, I talked to the so many Minpaku owner from Tokyo at the party after the conference. Then they all talk about how hard the Minpaku business in Tokyo, and because there are not so many, really good property for Minpaku is available right now, and then usually they seems like they rent a property for Minpaku, not purchase a property. So they look for the property available for the Minpaku business, but the rent getting higher and higher, and people are actually kind of bidding over the rent. So for example, first the owner of the property asks, okay, let's start at 100,000 yen. Then it's getting bidding and bidding, and
they're going to bidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they said
rent.
The final rent price was 350,000.
Whoa.
3.5 times.
Yeah, bye.
And also the owner asked 1 month's key money, and it got to 9 months. Finally.
We just heard that. We had a coffee with someone yesterday who runs Minpaku. She said it's 9 months key money.
It's amazing, but still people can make a profit. That's why it's increased at that price.
Key money is a gift to the landlord, essentially.
Right.
Yeah, so 9 months worth of rent gift to the landlord. You don't get that money back.
And this kind of tendency is happening in Osaka too, they say. So now they are seeking for other places like maybe Yokohama or the Nagoya or maybe Fukuoka, to get more high margin over the Minpaku business.
Nagoya, I think that's where we look at next, Joey. We hear the maglev train. It's Tokyo to Nagoya, 40 minutes.
Yes,
That's crazy, dude. Is that true, you think?
yes, it's true. It's true. And maybe that new train gonna come to Nagoya maybe around 2035.
Okay.
So
10 years from now.
almost 10 years. But some Minpaku owner from Tokyo says they just moved to Nagoya for starting the business.
Sapporo too? Shinkansen going to Sapporo?
But not 40 minutes. 40 minutes is crazy.
Yeah,
You know,
40 minutes
our
away.
house, so from Shinjuku to Seiseki is 40 minutes. That's insane.
Hey, you can commute to Tokyo from Nagoya.
Every day. Yeah, I think where is that going to go? I heard there might be a Tama Shinkansen, hopefully, but where's the maglev train going for Tokyo Station? You think to Nagoya Station?
Yeah, Tokyo Station to Nagoya Station.
Nobody's going to fly anymore.
I wonder
right?
if there's a stop in between. Where's the stop in between?
Yeah, and amazing thing is also, the new Shinkansen fare gonna be almost the same to the regular Shinkansen.
Wow.
So it's very convenient.
Let's go Nagoya, huh?
What about Minpaku business, like outside of Tokyo? Thinking Minpaku, how to make ROI returns outside of Tokyo. There's ski towns, but those prices are going up as well. What about stuff like the Kumano Kodo or like other tourist attractions in Japan, but smaller towns? Do you have any thoughts on outside of ski, outside of Tokyo, where would be a good spot for Minpaku business?
Actually, if I start my impact business, I will not, look at the urban area. I rather love to Kumano Kodo or the rural areas, ski resort area, because there is no competition right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I think if I start Minpaku around Kumano Kodo, maybe I will buy the house and not rent.
Yeah.
I will buy a house, maybe a very spacious house, over 200 square meter, kind of the house, and I will promote more group to tourists for that kind of the place.
I think it's a great idea. Like, yeah, as you mentioned, like there's much less competition. Like I think Tokyo, it's like priced in right now. There's bidding wars. Like you got to look for what the next thing is before all the other investors see that as well.
I think activity-based is a good way of thinking about it. What's that one biking trail? Shimanami Kaido or something like that?
Right.
I heard that's really, Onomichi is really popular. All those kind of, that chain of islands, because people need to stay. So getting a Minpaku around there would be my vote.
Yeah, and buying as well. Don't have to worry about renting, having a landlord.
Right. And the good thing about buying the house in rural area is also the tax property is very low. Maybe even you buy the house in rural area, maybe your property tax is around 1,000,000 yen, 10,000 yen.
I think our property tax here is already pretty low too, right?
Yeah, quite low. I mean, we're not downtown. We're not in the urban area. Yeah.
All right, Hideo, what have you been seeing the past year? You've helped, I think, a lot of people, a lot of foreigners through the purchase process. Anything surprise you recently, or anything that you've seen change, or any advice you want to give to the listeners who are trying to buy in Japan?
Yes, there are so many surprising things for me, especially as a realtor, because most property our customer, non-Japanese customer, purchase is not for Japanese, because Japanese will not interested in that kind of purchase, especially. Okay, if Japanese buy the property, they always request where the boundary is, determine the boundaries. It means you need to get up,
Land surveyor,
surveyor, and also you need to get the agreement
Neighbors.
from the neighbors where the exact boundary is. But most property we sell to the non-Japanese, there's no border determined. So it's kind of very risky for a customer.
How much does a land surveyor typically cost?
Usually, maybe it depends on the size of the land, but usually 400,000 to the 600,000 Japanese yen.
We're in this situation ourselves with more than one of our properties. The boundaries are vague. And we're getting an appraisal done on one of our properties right now as well. And they brought that up. They said that, hey, we don't know where we're going to appraise it, based off some estimate they're making. But they did mention that, like, hey, the boundaries are not clear on this property.
Yeah. So usually, if the boundary is not clear, Japanese customer will ask you, why don't you split the survey's expense with seller and buyer?
Okay. The customer asked that?
Yeah.
Okay. And so the Japanese buyer doesn't want to go for it because of the unclearness, right?
right.
Wouldn't the seller want to just pay for that and say like, okay, I'll pay for it so it makes it more attractive to the
Yes,
buyers?
of course. If the seller conduct a survey, land survey, it's more easy to sell.
Yeah.
Yes, and also same thing happened to the home inspection. Usually, Japanese seller will not conduct a home inspection before they want to put their property on the market. But I think if the seller conduct the home inspection before they put their property on the market, it's more easy to sell.
Yeah.
Especially for the realtor like us.
That's a strategy in California when I've done some sales. It's like you do the home inspection, you see what's wrong, you fix it. And you're like, okay, we fixed this properly and makes it much easier to sell. But I guess in the case of these Akiyas, it's lower budget, lower price. They don't want to put money in to show all the problems. So
A lot of things wrong. Yeah.
yeah. In the land survey, actually, do they do a soil composite test or is that a different person? Because
It's a kind of different person.
that's a different person. How much does that kind of person cost?
It's hard to tell, but it's kind of expensive.
Okay. We had talked to one of our other agents and she said before 2000, they didn't typically do that kind of test. So you don't know, like, is your ground you're on going to be solid or not, right?
Right.
So I that's something I've thought about recently. I think we should try to do one sometime. Speaking of that, actually, Hide, you have helped us organize looking at a surf house in Kaifu. Speaking of no domestic buyers wanting a house, this house I think it's really cool. It's really expensive for us, but I think it's a designer house and it is on a landslide red zone, I believe,
Yes.
right? Yellow zone.
Reds. I think it's
It's
both.
a red zone.
So no bank will give us. I mean, can you explain the situation to us a little bit? I know you've sent it over WhatsApp, and we're still going to go look at it. But
Yeah, it's a kind of the South house owned by the very famous. I don't know how to say.
Shaper.
Yeah, Shaper.
Okay.
And he built that house for his dream.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's a kind of very cool place, but it's in the hazardous red zone, and there is no infrastructure like
Water.
water.
Okay. How does he already get water? He just brings it up, or
Actually, the owner has a house close to that property, and he just brings the water from his house, which has water already, public water, and he brings the water to his sub house.
okay.
Yes,
Keeps it in a big tank or something.
I'm not really sure.
Is there going to be a Japanese buyer for this property? You think? Very difficult, right?
It's really difficult. I don't think most Japanese are interested in. Actually, I heard that from the local realtor that there were only 3 viewers for that property. They are all non-Japanese.
Okay. I mean, the design is great, but yeah, as we Joey and I've looked at it very closely, it's very much on the landslide zone. There was a landslide in the past. Supposedly, they put
Partially destroyed the structure.
$1 million or something into the restructuring of the walls, but that doesn't mean anything, right? Like if another earthquake happens, it's kind of
I'm not sure because local realtor says after the local government there's some kind of protection for that landsliding zone. The realtor says now it became
realtor says.
realtor says now it became very safe, and actually the realtor asked the local government to change the
zone.
zone from red to yellow or something, but the local government doesn't allow in that way.
They said no way, buddy. I don't. So they did put a big retaining wall up, but I don't know honestly if that's going to stop a landslide. Landslide it's a huge, massive.
Yes, right.
So no bank is going to give a loan on this property, right?
Of course not.
So it has to be a cash buyer.
Cash buyer. So now we need to talk about
Strategy.
strategy. The seller's financing.
Yep. So the house price is around 30 million, probably a little bit more than 30 million, which is like 200,000 US. This is like very far out of budget for us. So we asked Hide, we're like, Hide, we don't think there's going to be a buyer. This is such a cool house. Joey and I are more risk. We have a higher risk appetite, I think, than the average customer. We both love surfing. I think the surf house vibe just really matches what I think I would like and we would like maybe in a house. So we approached Hide. We said, Hide, is there a way we can do seller financing? Seller financing is not common in Japan.
Not common at all. But okay. You need a strategy how to attract yourself to the seller. Okay, if you are the surfer, you're a surfer lover, right?
Yeah, I shaped a surfboard. I also a surfboard shaper. Shaped one for Joey. We're bringing it there to surf. So
Well,
there's some
great.
connection, you know.
Yeah. So you and seller have the a common interest.
Same soul.
Yeah, same soul.
You know? Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
same soul.
Yeah.
So if this old guy, the owner, is really want to support you, and if you can attract him to support yourself,
Yes.
so they might be
Chance.
interesting. Yeah,
Okay.
And also now I'm talking to some kind of financial institute who can maybe provide some kind of financing to non-Japanese without residency here.
Whoa.
Yes,
That's a big deal.
Yes, but of course, you need to show some kind of solid business, business plan, business strategy.
Oh, for the property?
Yes,
Okay.
right.
Okay, just using it as a surf house.
Oh,
Don't say
Okay, no, we'll have a business plan ready.
can't be like a personal vacation property. It needs to, if this financial institution.
it's gotta
Income
be a high-
generating.
Income generating.
Income generating, I think.
Okay.
Could we even run a Minpaku business there if it's in a hazard zone? I have a feeling it's a no, right?
I don't know, but
It's probably dangerous too, but okay, Hide, seller financing. What's our strategy here? Let's say me and Joey go next week. We're like
personal connection.
personal kind. We meet the guy. We're like, first off, it's hard to meet the seller first, right?
This seller is now living in Kyushu.
right?
Yeah, Miyazaki.
better.
And he's now building the same kind of South house in Miyazaki.
Okay,
Yeah.
Smart guy. So he's not going to be there. So we're just talking to the real estate agent when we go.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, that's going to be tough.
But the real estate agent might fill in the seller a little bit. Oh, two surfers came. Or, I don't know.
Yeah, at least you need to get a phone number and the email address of the owner.
Okay. Yeah. Can we pull the Toki or something? How can we figure out that information?
Ask the realtor.
Ask the realtor? Okay.
Local realtor. They should know.
Well, in the seller's perspective, this property is not going to sell for a long time. I think it's very, very challenging. No water, hazard zone. What do you think a good strategy? Let's say me and Joey are like, yes, we want to go for it. What do you think is appropriate first offer or first try for a seller financing? Like, what kind of terms do you think would be like not insulting to the seller?
Maybe you should ask rent.
Rent to own, maybe?
Rent to own first.
Okay.
Then, okay. If you say you need to show the seller, the owner, you are seriously want to buy that property, but you need to be honest. You don't have a budget right now.
Yeah.
So ask him. Okay, I want to pay the rent now. But I want to put that rent I paid into the payments, purchasing.
Okay.
Yeah, later on.
How much do you think that place would cost to rent?
I don't think you don't need to pay such a expensive fee for the rent, because you just need to show him that you are serious. And if he thinks you are serious about buying the property, maybe they will say, okay, you can rent this house at free for say 6 months or something. It's possible because now it's not generating any income for him.
Totally.
I will ask it that way.
That might be an interesting idea. There's a lot more talk about renting and then minpakuing. That could be. I think that property is pretty good, even in
Okay, basically, in Japan, some owners really worry about renting their house or the property to somebody else because if the property is used for the residential purpose, it's really hard to kick the
tenant out.
Kick the tenant out because it's really the place they need. So the actually there are so many court disputes. The owner tried to kick the tenant out and couldn't kick them out because the property was used for the residential purpose. But for this time, the south house is not for a residential purpose. So for the owner, it's gonna be not so risky to rent it out for non-Japanese or any resident.
Okay. Interesting.
So no shower in this house. Is that the
I think we could figure it out. It sounds like we need a water tank up there, like getting the water line there is possible, right?
Actually, you can bring the public water to the south house. The realtor says maybe the estimate cost for bringing the public water to that property is around 1.5 million or something.
Gotcha.
But you can ask the seller to share the price.
Let's say we did buy this house. Do you think you can even insure this house? Like, it already got destroyed by or partially destroyed by a landslide once. Is any insurance company going to insure it?
Good question.
It's really hard to guess, but of course, the previous owner had insurance over the property, so maybe you cannot get full coverage of the property price, but maybe some portion of the property price, I think.
Okay, I'm a little more optimistic. The rent to own, owner doesn't lose anything, right? It's just sitting there. Our risk is he could kick us out at some point, right? Just be like, nope. But
make use of it while you can. Easy come, easy go.
What do you think would be an acceptable rent to offer if we decide, hey, let's try to do rent to own? We'll send you videos when we go to.
Maybe 200,000 yen.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay.
Which is
it's pretty fair because he's not making any profit over the property right now. Just paying the property tax, but even the property tax should be very low.
Okay. Do you say 200,000 or 20,000?
$1,300, 1,300.
Yeah, 200,000 Japanese yen.
Okay. Not bad. I think we could consider that one, but we would have no protection. Like, would this be like a contract we make on the side kind of thing? Saying like, hey, this money we pay per month is going to go towards the principal, basically.
Yes, I think so. But I never make such kind of a contract before. So we need to make a kind of strategy to convince the owner.
This is why you work with Hide. Hide, I think you are our most creative agent that we work with, and I think it's important. A lot of these deals don't happen unless there's a little bit of trying, failing.
Because basically, I used to be an investor, and I am the investor right now. So
you know how to think about like an investor, right?
I always need to think about how to solve the issues.
I remember a long time ago, Hide, you mentioned that a 5-year timeline for like.
Here it is.
The Akia.
Now I feel like it's gonna be maybe 3 years.
3 years, yeah. And this was last year you mentioned that. Yeah. So 4 years based on that estimate. And now you're revising it to 3.
Optimistically, maybe 5 years.
What's the real dagger why you think that it's going to end? Is it going to just become financially too difficult or restrictions too what will be the cause of the end?
Both. Of course, restriction makes financing more difficult, of course, right? And the immigration policy makes some make some kind of impact on this Akiya business, of course. But still, this Akiya issue is a social issue for the Japanese society. So there must be the way to find to solve this issue and connecting to the Akia business.
Okay. Final question from me, Hide. Actually, I'm interested to hear this from a perspective of a Japanese national. If you had a magic wand and could change one thing about Japan, what would you change?
Too many things. Yeah, I always notice as a Japanese national, so many issues for this society. But I really need to open this society to world, and I don't need to get restrictions for the business especially, and I want to promote more non-Japanese to come and invest in Japan. Yeah, so I want to decrease the barrier for the business purpose by the non-Japanese people.
Yeah. Great answer, Hide. I think Joey's been waiting to ask you these questions. I think we look up to you a lot, and Joey's always like, Hide said 5 years. I'm going to ask him about that. It's a common thing we talk about. So.
I feel like I said that to you once a month. I was like, Hide said 5 years.
So,
now 3.
Yeah. But okay, now the business environment for the non-Japanese getting stricter, but always some kind of the business wave to come. So now it's might be the close to the bottom for the non-Japanese business environment, but it's gonna be more easier for the future at some point.
Okay.
And we need to prepare for that kind
the boom.
Yeah,
boom. We can't get lower. It can't get harder at this point, right?
Yeah,
so.
right.
Yeah, I mean, Joey, we say that friction is opportunity.
Yes, right.
I think there must be a way, and I think if it gets harder, that might be a bigger opportunity for our businesses to help people.
Exactly.
So, Hide, thank you for visiting us. We're always excited to chat with you. And Hide, again, is one of our AkiyaMart Direct exclusive agents. You have an opportunity of working with him if you decide you want to buy a property in Japan. So, thanks, Hide.
Thank you so much, and I really enjoy to working with you.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Buying a House in Japan. If you find the show helpful or at least entertaining, give us a 5-star rating. Takes 5 seconds and really goes a long way.
If you or someone you know is looking for a Japanese home, check out AkiyaMart.com, our English-friendly site that lets you browse over 500,000 listings. That's AkiyaMart.com to find your dream home in Japan.
If you've got questions or feedback, drop us a line. Email contact@akiyamart.com. You can also find us on Instagram as well as TikTok, where we post properties, tips on the home buying process, and updates on our own purchases and renovations.
Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next week.